Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. There it is. Jiminy Christmas. My bad, folks. Dude, welcome back to the Dude Sports Podcast. I don't know what happened to my OBX because it's done. So now you can actually hear me on the audio. I think we're good to go. I think Main Man from Way Out West is currently on this to kind of help me out to see if we got audio going here. But I believe we do. There it is. So yeah, sorry you missed my entire intro. I was just going over college football, but I guess I can redo kind of the stuff we've been talking about a little bit here. Just a quick recap. We had, oh my god, can you please just throw the ball to Malik Neighbors? Like, oh my goodness, Russell. Anyways, dude, welcome back to Juice Sports Podcast. I'm your host PC. I'm the only one here. So yeah, we're gonna talk a little college football here. Oh, kind of went over. You couldn't hear me. Clemson Tigers, really bad. They were 1-3 on the year. Shout out, man, from way out west. And the Syracuse Orangemen getting a big win there. That's really exciting to see for them. Clemson, Dabo's on the hot seat. Already been on the hot seat, but this just makes it even hotter. So we're at the wait and see specifically. But yeah, the great matchup, the great games, not the great games, the great teams this week. Miami destroying their rival in Florida. DJ Lagley on Florida does not look good. They're pretty much done with the hardest schedule probably in all of the nation. And then Miami continues to roll. They're number 2 ranked in the nation right now. Carson Beck looks good. That running attack that those 2 running backs are really good as well. So good on Miami. In the Big Ten, Indiana destroys Illinois 63-10. They scored 5 touchdowns in the air, 3 on the ground. Indiana, a really good team, made the college football playoff last year. Really could contend for that Big 10 title. But we'll have to wait and see on that. They do play Oregon here in 2 weeks at Oregon. It'll be really interesting to see if they're going to really compete for a Big Ten championship, or they're going to be one of those 10-2 teams that barely sneak in, just like they did last year. Illinois, I never understood why they were ranked number 9 so high at the very beginning of preseason. They kind of show their true colors here. They're now ranked 23rd in the nation, but losing 63-10 is pretty embarrassing. They need to step it back up. They do have an opportunity as USC comes in next week. See if they could have a nice little turnaround there. Going to the Big 12, the Texas Tech Red Raiders beat down Utah. Will Hammond had 2 touchdowns, 169 yards. Cameron Dickey, one of the best last names in all of college football. Had 2 touchdowns as well. Texas Tech looks great. The Big 12 is kind of wide open this year. There's no Iowa State looks good. But K State looks like in the gutter, really bad this year. And so it seems like the Big 12 is wide open, and the person kind of taking that front runner contention is definitely Texas Tech with this 34-10 win. Very convincing for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. They are 4-0. They will have a tough matchup against Kansas coming up in 2 weeks. That'll be really interesting, especially after the great win for the Kansas Jayhawks. They do play BYU as well. But other than that, their schedule is kind of soft. So the Big 12 is kind of soft this year as well. Utah, not a great look. You're not going to be able to lose very many of those games like that if you think you're going to make the playoff, especially the Big 12. I think there's only going to be one team that makes it, maybe 2 if we got somebody that really exceeds the expectations. But Texas Tech is doing pretty well here for themselves. Speaking of Big 12, let's talk about the Kansas Jayhawks real quick. They ended up winning 34-3 against West Virginia. Jalen Daniels looked great. Their whole squad looked great. It was fun to watch actually as a KU fan as I try to pull up these stats for you guys. Was actually a lot of fun to watch. I was doing other things as well, but yeah. Let's go here. Let's go here. Where is Kansas? 41-10. Excuse me. Jalen Daniels had 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. Really good on for him as well. LaShawn Williams had a touchdown on the ground. Is that a catch? It's not a catch, right? Because he went out of bounds. So LaShawn Williams had a good one. Jalen Daniels had 3 touchdowns. The Kansas defense had a takeaway and two takeaways with an interception and a fumble. Um, Kansas, you know, they lost to Mizzou. At Mizzou in the first ever border war again, which was not surprising, but they bounced back really well and just beat the living crap out of West Virginia. The Big 12 being so wide open, if we can keep winning Big 12 games, we got a shot. Um, Jalen needs to continue to play well, which I believe he has played well these last 4 games. I know we did lose to Mizzou and he played okay in that game, but again, road rivalry game, hasn't been back in over a decade. It was a shootout. You know, he played well. It is what it is. Gotta move on from it. But Kansas with a huge win. They do play Cincinnati next week. That'll be a really interesting game, especially Cincinnati. I believe is 3-1 as well. They're 2-1. So we'll have to wait and see. But they gave Nebraska all they wanted. So hey, Neighbors finally got his first reception of the game. There we go. That'll help me in my fantasy. That's all that matters. But yeah, Kansas. We'll have to wait and see specifically. These next few will be kind of let's tell us a lot more. They do play UCF, who isn't very good. After they play Cincinnati, and then they play at Texas Tech. So that'll be a huge game for Kansas. We'll have to wait and see specifically. Speaking of the only team that lost, or that the KU lost to, was another. Oh, I thought it was going to be a pick. Neighbors is hurt. Many Christmas, my fantasy team's screwed. Mizzou, really big win for them in the SEC. K-Stout made a comment last week, or not last week, 2 weeks ago, calling them the best team, or not the best team, a top 3 team in the SEC. I kind of laughed in his face after the performance they kind of put on. I still think it's kind of insane. I think it's a joke. K-Stout, I hope you're watching this. I think you're a clown still. They did put up a great performance. I'm not going to lie about that. They did really look the part. I'm trying to find them. Where is the SEC, bro? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, they won 29-20. I mean, they looked really good. Rebella had 1 touchdown and 1 interception. But yeah, I don't think they're quite a top 3 yet. They're definitely top 5. If I'm a Mizzou fan, I'm extremely happy to have the season starting. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I think Kyle's an idiot. K-Stout specifically, and he thinks that they're better than there's 3 teams that are worse or not better than the Missouri Tigers. I can name them for you right here, right now. That would be the LSU Tigers are better than the Missouri Tigers currently. Oklahoma Sooners have played more high-powered games against more ranked opponents. They're technically better. Georgia is better than them. People that can really give them a run for their money. The Texas Longhorns, I think K-Stout's kind of, done too much doom scrolling and brain rotting to realize that Texas is still a good football team, even if Arch doesn't look like the Heisman Trophy front runner that we thought he was. Texas still is one of the best defenses in all of college football. Arch will find his way, and they'll figure it out. I think Texas is still better than the Missouri Tigers. There's a few teams that give them a little bit of a run. Tennessee's up there in that conversation. I have Mizzou over Tennessee, so I do only have 1, 2, 3, 4 teams over Mizzou. So Mizzou about 5 here. That's kind of where I was thinking. They get another huge win. That'll definitely boost them up even higher. They're ranked 20th in the nation right now. They play Alabama here in 2 weeks. They beat Alabama. I can really, really consider them being a top 3 team in the SEC. But they really they get Vanderbilt who's playing well, Texas A&M, and Oklahoma State towards the end of the year. Or Oklahoma, excuse me. Those are 3 really good matchups. If they could survive those, maybe get 1 loss by the end of the season, you're looking at a college football playoff team. As a Kansas fan, I hope that doesn't happen. I know K-Stout's like, I hope it happens because if Kansas is only losses against college football playoff team and they're going to make it. I don't care. I'd rather see Mizzou never win again. But, I'm a true Kansas fan, not like, a fair weather fan. Like K-Stout. Shout out K-Stout, too, for flipping out over the Chiefs right now. As they're up 16-6, you should see the group chat. It was going crazy. Lenora Sellers didn't play very well for South Carolina. They're kind of my sneaky dark horse team this year. They're not that. They're just not that. Um, I thought they were pretty good, and they're not. They're gonna be okay. They'll be a bowl team for sure, but not something like they're gonna be like insanely good. And it looks like Neighbors is really hurt. Sucks for the Giants, which is fine. Not bad for my fantasy team, but it's just fantasy. Like, who cares? Yeah, I'm up 3 points now. I could still win this game. Let's wait and see. Yeah. So that's some more college. Let's see what else good games were there in the college football world. Oklahoma got another big win over a ranked team. They beat the. Oh my god. Oh, that's a fumble. That's a fumble. Oklahoma beat Auburn 24-17. That was a great win for Oklahoma. They have now secured themselves in the top 10. They're ranked number 7 in the nation. This is the second best team in the SEC right now. Actually, no, third. Sorry, I'm putting third. But LSU at number 1 right now in the SEC. Georgia Bulldogs at number 2. They proved themselves. But Oklahoma has now beaten Michigan and Auburn. They are really good. That defense is very solid. Oklahoma. This box score. John Mateer had 1 touchdown and 271 yards. Really good day for him. And then they're on the ground. They had Mateer had another rushing touchdown as well. But a really defensive game. But they had a fumble recovery, which was really good for them. So a good win on Oklahoma. They're legit in the SEC. Who else do I want to talk about? I don't really need to talk about Nebraska shitting their pants like they always do. Listen, I'm around the Kansas City area, and I hear this out of everybody. Okay, they're all like, "Oh, Nebraska! It's Nebraska's year! It's Nebraska's year. Guys. It's never Nebraska's year. Okay, it's never Nebraska's year. You hear me? Hear me? Hear me say that? It's never Nebraska's year. Okay, they end up shitting down their leg. Okay, and not knowing how to finish football games. They kind of look like they're going to hang around. Raiola actually had a really good game. The defense just couldn't stop Michigan. Couldn't stop the running. Couldn't stop Justice Hayes, who looked like one of the best running backs in the nation. But that Michigan team is young, but they're really, really hungry and really good. I could see them beating Ohio State again this year, just because of the whole rivalry thing. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see specifically on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. But I have no faith in them at all. But the hype is truly dead after that loss to Michigan. That is about it, I think, as big key matchups for this week. Next week, we got some decent games. We've got Illinois trying to bounce back against USC in the morning game. You've got Arkansas, Notre Dame coming into Arkansas. Arkansas had a really bad loss against Memphis this last week. We'll see if they can bounce back. I don't know. Notre Dame might run the table. Scabadoo is just freaking running all over the Chiefs defense. Ohio State at Washington, not crazy, but a true away test for them. A big game at LSU versus at Ole Miss. I know Howard's going to be tuning into that. Everybody else should probably tune into that. LSU looks like one of the best teams in the SEC, if not the best. And Ole Miss is trying to prove that they're in that contention to be in that top 3 list. That they're actually out of my top 5 right now. But if they beat LSU, they definitely jump Mizzou and some of these other teams. You've got, let's see, Alabama and Georgia in the late game. That'll be one hell of a football game. Alabama gets another loss. You can pretty much kiss them goodbye, unless they kind of win. They could win. They could win the SEC championship with 2 losses and make the tournament or make the playoff. But it'll be really, really interesting to see how that goes specifically down there in Athens, Georgia. That'll be it for NCAA football talk. Now, since we're done with the college game, let's see this play real quick, Russ. Okay, third down. Let's talk some NFL football. This was kind of a crazy week. There's a lot of upsets that I did not see coming, especially as a fan of the game. Usually go with people that are the favorites. It seemed like there was a lot of upsets today. The biggest one, I believe, is let me just talk to the Green Bay Packers right now. Okay, on this podcast, I've called you Super Bowl contenders. I've called you the best team in the NFC. You beat the brakes off the reigning NFC first place seed, and then you destroy the most hyped team from last year. And then you have the Browns, and you have Judkins run all over you. I mean, it's kind of like Scabadoo's doing right now to the Chiefs. But, like, the Packers lose 13-10 to the Browns? The Browns. We're talking about the Cleveland Browns. You lose 13-10. What is going on? That's unbelievable. That's unheard of. That's uncalled for. I know it's the third week. You're 2-1, but you should be 3-0. You should be the favorite to win the NFC right now. I don't know now. After this game, after watching that play, I don't have a lot of faith in them. I mean, I do still have a lot of faith in them. They're still a really good football team. They just had a bad game. But still, it's like, what is going on? Oh, good. 4th down. Let's go. Great stop there by the Chiefs. They have to go for this. So, yeah, that's really interesting to see how that NFC North is going to look in shape, especially after the huge win by the Bears. We'll talk about the Bears, but the Cowboys suck too. But the Browns, good getting a win. The Packers. What the hell? What are you doing? See if they can bounce back next week. Packers play the Cowboys next week, so it should be an easy win for them. But who knows about them specifically? I feel bad for Howard, and I'm a spoiled Chiefs fan. I've known I'm a spoiled Chiefs fan. I can admit it with full faith on this podcast. Maybe the 2 viewers that are on this live stream right now. Shout out those guys. But I feel for my buddy Howard here. They lost 41-20 to the Colts. They're 0-3. Cam Ward's looked good. Looks good for a rookie quarterback. There's no help. He's got no help around him. It's hard to watch. I didn't watch the game. By the way, the Colts punted for the first time in this NFL season during this game in Week 3. The Colts are 3-0. Daniel Jones is lightning right now, and they are hot. The one team that I didn't think was going to be really hot, and it's not because Tyler Warren's there. It's Daniel Jones leading this offense over and over and over and over again, which is crazy to see after he was just in New York throwing ducks and being terrible. The Titans got a lot of work to do. They're going to be a bottom half teams again, unfortunately. Hopefully you can get something in the draft to help out. Maybe a receiver. I don't know. Howard's the better guy to talk about that, but it's looking real bleak in Tennessee yet again. The Colts, 3-0 start. It's a pretty good start. The next one is the Vikings blew out the Bengals. I kind of saw this one coming. McCarthy was not playing, but I don't think it matters. The Bengals defense sucks. It sucked last year. It sucks this year. It's just what it is. They just got to deal with it. No Joe Burr. It was not good. You knew it wasn't going to be a good game for the Bengals. The Vikings did what they needed to do and dominated. They're now 2-1. The Bengals are still 2-1. But without Joe Burr for 4 months or 3 months, it's going to be really rough over there in Cincinnati. Steel Curtain ended up beating the Patriots 21-14. A-Rod now 2-1. P4, you a little jealous of these 2-1? Just because of your Jets? I'm sorry, I shouldn't throw that out here. He's not even here. He might be in the comment section blowing a cat. But the Steelers are now 2-1. They beat the Patriots. Patriots had 4 turnovers. I think they had 4 turnovers. Drake had 1 pick, and they recovered 4 fumbles. I mean, that's unbelievable. Having 5 turnovers for your team is pretty horrific, and that's definitely how you lose the game. Let's see, turnovers. 5 turnovers, 4 fumbles, and 1 pick. That's just unacceptable for an NFL football team. Like, straight up. Like, 5 turnovers. A-Rod played okay. got the win for him. He ended up with 1 pick and 2 touchdowns, 139 yards. That's kind of average for him specifically. But they get the win. They're 2-1. Pacers fall to 1-2. That AFC East is pretty much ran by the Bills. So the Steelers, looking up there in the AFC North, can maybe kind of probably sneak in the playoffs again. They got the Ravens in their division as well, but a win's a win. So maybe game of the week. The Eagles end up figuring out how to throw the football. That it's actually going to work a lot if you actually throw the football, especially if you throw it to a guy named A.J. Brown. They end up winning 33-26 after being down huge in the first half. -1 passing yards in the first half. That's not going to win you football games. Sirianni decides, hey, maybe we should throw the football because you can throw the football in the NFL. That works. So, they end up winning 33-26. Jalen Hurts had 3 touchdowns, 226 yards, 1 touchdown to AJ, 1 to Devontae Smith, and then a huge one to Dallas Goedert. At least huge for me because Dallas is on my fantasy team. But the Eagles played really well. Matthew Stafford, two touchdowns, 1 pick, not terrible. Puka, 112 yards, no touchdown, but still incredible as the Chiefs continue to struggle against the New York Giants. That's a good win there. They're now 3-0. Rams 2-1. I'm not concerned about the LA Rams. I think that was a meltdown. But they're still a really good football team. Devontae Adams looks pretty good. Puka looks good. That defense is solid. Stafford's doing all right. McVay will get him going. So 1 loss there is not a huge deal, especially to the reigning champs Eagles, who look like the best team in the NFC. Hopefully they end up losing next week after that comment. Okay. Let's talk the Jets. P4's not on here, so he's definitely not going to listen to anything I got to say about the Jets. But the Jets are 0-3. They had the game. It was a really good play to block the field goal, or to block the punt. No, block the field goal to turn it around and score 6 and go up. The Bucs. Baker Mayfield might be one of the best, probably top 3 quarterback in the NFC, top 2 maybe. Really good with Baker. The Bucs are a really good team. Really concerning with Ibeka. See if he's gonna, or not Ibeka, with Mike Evans. See if he's gonna, how long he's gonna be out. But they end up winning 29-27 on a last-second field goal. Jets are 0-3. The boys are kind of in the gutter right now. We'll see if the boys' teams will be 1-8 or 0-9. We're hoping 1-8. I think the guys are hoping 0-9. But Bucs move on. They look like they might win their division and be a real threat in the honestly not that loaded NFC. Then the Commanders bounced back from last week and beat the Raiders 41-24. Jaden Daniels. Oh my gosh, I keep getting Jaden and Jalen. Marcus Mariota actually played at 207 yards and a touchdown. Geno, again, 3 touchdowns, not bad. But they just couldn't get it done. Their defense couldn't get any stops. They had a bunch of rushing touchdowns. Krosky Merritt got 1, Mariota got 1, and Jeremy McNichols got 1 too. Weird kind of carry totals there for the Commanders, but the Raiders just don't have enough. Geno, 3 touchdowns, and you still lose by 20 is pretty devastating. They're down to 1-2. Commanders up to 2-1. Still have a chance in the NFC East. They're going to have to topple, of course, the reigning champs. Maybe a really good bounce-back game for them specifically. The most disappointing team of the whole night. And I know the Packers lost to the Browns, but the Falcons lost 30-0 to the Carolina Panthers. Michael Penix, do you not know how to read a corner? Like, if they're standing there eyeballing, like wanting you to throw the screen, and you decide to throw it anyways, you're going to get picked off. Like, it's basic knowledge. The 30-0 is an embarrassment. That's an embarrassment. And a team that's supposed to be pretty good in the NFC, getting things around. Michael's doing really well. I mean, he had 2 interceptions. He played like crap. Bijan played all right as Thornton gets another touchdown. It's good. Really bad for my fantasy team. But good. Good for the Chiefs. Looks like they're going to probably win this game, which will be nice to see. I'm losing by a point to Phillip. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. He's down at the 1. Oh, actually, he dropped it. So we'll have to wait and see on that specifically. But yeah, they ended up putting Kirk Cousins in the game. doesn't end up mattering. Bryce Young, no touchdowns, Kate. But Rico Dow had a touchdown. Actually, Bryce did have a rushing touchdown. It's just kind of a weird game. I don't understand why they lost 30-0, but they got blown out. The offense played like crap. That's why they lost 30-0. So I guess good for the Panthers. 1-2. You were now 1-2 as the Falcons with a loss 30-0 to the Carolina Panthers. I had the Falcons doing really well this season. I am now do not think they're doing that well this season. We'll have to wait and see. Bijan's really good, but other than that, they got a lot of issues. Texans end up losing to the Jaguars. Texans are 0-3 with C.J. Stroud. I don't know what's going on over there, but losing to the Jags 17-10 is not great. C.J. had 1 touchdown and 2 picks. They still aren't being able to get anything going on the offensive end. Trevor Lawrence did not have a touchdown, but he did have an interception. Tutton had another touchdown. You put him in my fantasy. Oh, what a catch. Down to 1. Yes! Give it to Pacheco. Give it to Pacheco. Man, I'm still down. That's unbelievable. Anyways, yeah. The Jags Texans game I didn't watch a lot of. Texans being 0-3 is pretty crazy. But yeah, the AFC West matchup, the Chargers end up escaping against the Broncos, winning 23-20. They are now 3-0. They look like a real legit contender. In the AFC as Kareem Hunt gets a touchdown. Good. At least it's not Pacheco, right? Najee Harris goes down with a really, really bad injury. Probably his Achilles tear. That's not good. But they have Omar Hampton, who had a touchdown, had a really good game today. Herbert looked okay. That Broncos defense is legit, man. They're really good. They couldn't get enough going on offense for it to really matter. Did matter. They were almost won, and the Chargers won at the last second. But yeah, the Broncos and the Chargers definitely can give the Chiefs all they want to handle. So we'll have to wait and see specifically. But what do they call a flag on? Unsportsmanlike conduct. Yeah. Good job, Kareem. Anyways, Broncos 1-2. Not a bad 1-2. Like it sucks that you're 1-2, but it's not like it's that bad. Chargers 3-0, looking to maybe win the AFC West and take the reign away from the Chiefs. Hopefully not. Don't really need to talk about the Seahawks and the Saints. The Saints suck. That's it. Saints suck. Seahawks win 44-13. They go to 2-1. They're nice. The NFC West is kind of like a mix-up, weird kind of thing. This week, or not this week. This year, there's some good teams there. Nice. We kick field goal. Kick a nice long extra point for them. But yeah, the Saints are no good. They're not going anywhere. Seahawks 2-1. We'll see. The Cowboys get destroyed by the Bears. I'm glad to see it. I don't like seeing the Cowboys any good. So they're being 1-2. Brings a lot of joy to my world. Shout out to the Bears, I guess, getting a 31-14 win. They're back. Watch Chicago media. They're back. They're not back. But that's a good win for them, for sure. Then the Cardinals end up losing to the 49ers 16-15. The 49ers are 3-0. Sneaky little team here. Not a lot of buzz around them. Mac Jones played again, had 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Is Brock Purdy a program quarterback? Assistant quarterback? I think so. I think anybody can win in San Francisco. Really bad injury from James Conner. Looks like he's probably going to be done for the year as well. But the 49ers go 3-1. Cardinals 2-1. So that NFC West has 3 2-1 teams and 1 3-0 team. So that's going to be a very competitive division. A lot of fun to watch. The current game right now is the Chiefs. They are up 22-9 currently in the fourth quarter. Get a win. It's always good to get a win. Hopefully they can hold on here to the win. Who knows? But it's been a struggle. We need Worthy back. We need Rasheed back. We need these wide receiver threats back because Patty cannot find anybody to throw the ball to. No one is getting any separation. Our running game is not any good. If you just need him to run the ball, honestly. But they just can't get anything going. Our defense is actually playing really, really well. but we'll have to wait and see specifically on the Chiefs. The Giants are going to be 0-3 if they lose this game. Russell Wilson, I said, might be back last week. I retract that statement. He definitely does not look back, as he was never back, like the main man from Way Out West said. So, yeah, the best matchup of the week is definitely Monday night. It is the Lions and the Ravens at the Ravens. We're going to be definitely tuning into this game. If I have to predict right now, I think actually I'm going to take the Lions with the upset. I think they've got something rolling over there now. I think it's going to be really good, really fun, entertaining watch. So yeah, you have that to look forward to on Monday as well. That's all of our mid-season, in-season stuff that we've currently got going on. Let's look at the other stuff going on next, and that's going to be our MLB playoffs. October's almost here. It's going to be interesting for sure. Let's go quickly through these standings. The Toronto Blue Jays have 90 wins. They have locked up the first seed, I believe, in the playoff. In the AL side, they're 90-66. The top of the Central is still the Detroit Tigers, but they're only a game back from the Cleveland Guardians, who've gotten really, really hot. And then the Mariners up 3 games on the Houston Astros, which is pretty good. So those are 3 teams, and then your 3 wildcard teams currently are the New York Yankees, the Boston Red Sox, and then the Cleveland Guardians. Houston's right there as well. KC. I don't know what to say. They shit the bed. And then, but it not mattering, scoring 20 runs in one game. They couldn't score 20 runs in 2 weeks. They scored in one game when it doesn't really matter. They're still in it, I guess. They've got 6 games back with like 7 left. Like it doesn't even matter. They're done. They couldn't get hot enough, which is really unfortunate. But man, stop! Why do they keep running the football? Like, Giants don't. I don't understand why you don't throw the ball in Malik Neighbors, but whatever. But the Royals really do just not going to have enough hitting to be able to move on to this next part of the season. It's really disappointing, but it is what it is. Hopefully next year they can kind of bounce back. As we look at the NL, you've got the number 1 overall seed right now as the Milwaukee Brewers. They are 95-61. Not too far behind is the Phillies at 92-64, and then the Dodgers are 88-68. So let's see the LA Dodgers in that wild card spot, which will be really interesting to see. In that wild card spot specifically is the Cubs, who have clinched it. The Padres are 5 games up. They should be good. And here's the fight right now. The Reds and the Mets are tied, and the Diamondbacks are 1 game back after selling at the trade deadline, which is pretty interesting to see. Wow, another catch. Jamie Christmas defense. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. The Mets, I'm sure P4 will be here to crash out on them specifically and what's going on. But again, like, I'm not your baseball guy. So we're going to check back in with that next week. It'll be right down to the wire, basically the last games of the season. Basically the last games of the season are coming up here. There are, let's look at the Mets schedule, 6 games left. So by next Saturday, we'll have the playoffs pretty much set. So by our next pod, we should have the playoffs set and locked and loaded to be able to do some predictions for you guys. There was no UFC. They just didn't have one. So they do have a UFC card coming up next time, which is the Perf, where Olberg and Carlos Olberg and Dominic Reyes will be the main card here. There's some interesting guys, lots of Australians, of course, and guys from New Zealand. Justin Taffa, not a bad name there. This is a nice Neil Magny's on the 4th on the main card of this. So we'll have to wait and see specifically on the UFC. The White House thing is really interesting. Hopefully they can get some. They're obviously going to make a banger of a card there for that specifically. But Olberg, Reyes, light heavyweight division. of a mess right now. So getting one of these guys kind of out of there would be pretty good for that. But yeah, kind of a short pod tonight. Like I said, don't really have the dudes kind of jump back and forth to kind of mess around and stuff like that. We had a really long pod last week, so cutting it short tonight for the viewers and everything will be pretty good. We'll bring Smarter Dumb back. We kind of got cut off in the middle of it last week. We're going to try and finish that up next week and start the new session as long as all the dudes are back. But other than that, like, subscribe. Thanks for hanging out with the 45-minute podcast that I got. Not too long. Nice little listen to on the way to work. We're here every Sunday, 9:30 Central, 7:30 for you Pacific Coasters, and we'll see you guys